You've not been here before, have you?
Nope.
Oh, good.
No. Let's go this way, because there's that car park down there. Oh, there's plenty of birds by the sound of it.
Yeah. Got my little point and shoot. If they de-aged Captain Kirk, what about the fact that he's not quite as trim as he used to be?
I dare say they'll take the weight off him as well, won't they?
Mind you, if I can make him look 35, then
yeah. I mean, they did a good job with Harrison Ford in that.
Yeah, that's probably the best one that I've seen.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what the worst one was. On Stallone did some film recently where he was a superhero, and at the end, it was bad. You know, I think it was like an Amazon film, so you know, they got not money, and it was only like a minute clip.
Yeah.
So they'd got money, but they probably didn't want to chuck. But with that Indiana Jones thing, the like the first 20 minutes were proper Indiana Jones.
Oh yeah. Well, the first 20 minutes was the only good bit in the film. The rest of it was rubbish.
And the thing was, you couldn't really tell. You couldn't. You know what I mean? They'd obviously invested a lot of money in it. It's an interesting looking tree stump, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sorry. I like to put my little posts up on Facebook, out and about.
Yeah.
But where? And there's a sign of where I always put a little sign of where I am, saying, but where am I? I wonder if my camera overheated. No, but there's plenty of, you know.
It shouldn't do with all that air rushing past.
Yeah.
It would have been quite cold if anything.
Yeah, because when I'm out and about cycling, they never overheat. It's when you sit them down somewhere stationary, especially if you have the settings up high, you know, like regarding the resolution and everything.
Well, it didn't take long. It took about 35-40 minutes.
Yeah.
So, yeah. There's a spider's web up there.
Sorry?
Oh, it's disappeared now. Where'd it go? There's a spider. There was a spider line going all up to that tree, all the way down there, but it vanished. I only caught it in the sunlight for a second.
It must be strong stuff then.
Oh yeah.
I can think of worse things to be doing on a sunny Friday morning.
Yeah, that's right. Wildlife area. Oh, there's a map over here by the look of it. I've got an idea.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You got the lay of the land?
Yeah, so we can walk all the way to the far end and then down, and then there's a path that comes back and it goes past between two lakes, wildlife lake and just a little one, across some nice fields and stuff and the orchard, and then there's another big lake and an ornamental lake. So
Yes, I spent a little while yesterday making sure all my gizmos were charged.
yeah.
Hello, dog. I got no sausages.
I walked up to Basild's yesterday.
Sorry?
I walked up to Basild's yesterday to go and get some beer for my uncle.
You walked all the way up my end of town?
Yeah, well, yeah. I was going to go do some shopping for my uncle, and I always go up to Basild's to get him some beer. So as I was walking up there was a mum and her son walking their dog, and he was a little 5-month-old, gorgeous little thing, kind of sandy grey colour with black markings on his face. Lovely little thing. So you might see him around.
Hey, did you guys used to have a lassie dog?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so as he's walking past, he kind of being a puppy, he wanted a fuss, so I gave him a little fuss and whatnot. I was talking to the owners, saying how old is he, what's his name and stuff like that. And his name's Smokey, which I thought was a good name because it looks like he stuck his head in a fire. It's all kind of got smoke marks on him. And I said, well, it must be off. And he said, well, thank you very much for stopping to talking to him. He said, most people just ignore the dogs. I said, do they? And they go, yeah, most people give you a wide berth when you got a dog. Oh, not me. I said, I love fussing with a dog. Nothing's better than walking around and the dog wanting to come over for a fuss.
Yeah.
You're walking right through the mud.
Yeah, I know. I haven't used this camera in so long that it's asking me to set the time and the blow, so I ain't fucking bothering with that. I'll just use my phone. I wish that nice little Sony Super Zoom one that I had hadn't fucked up.
Yeah.
That was a nice little camera.
Yeah, I'm getting myself a nice little something.
Compact.
Yeah, but a compact light one for just things like this, and for when you get days out in London.
Yeah.
Something you can carry around that doesn't white. Because my one, I love it. Takes great pictures. Fucking thing weighs a ton.
Yeah. And sometimes you just want to switch it on click a couple, switch it back off, stick it in your pocket.
Yeah. So I've taken it out before on walks, and I was absolutely dying by the time I got back because it weighs so much.
Yeah.
It's like carrying a bloody other person on your head.
The thing is now, obviously, like we've said before, nowadays you can't buy just like a £200 point and click.
No.
It's either like, because of obviously people's phones,
Yeah.
so it's either like a high-end one, a little compact one that's like 500 quid, or your phone. And I'm not paying 500 quid for a little camera that, you know.
That's the thing, your phone can take a really good picture these days, but you've still got very limited controls over it, sort of, in the real world. You know, sort of, you can't really change your shutter speeds and your apertures and things like that. But you'd want to if you wanted to do something more than just point and shoot. Such as
Well, this will be another place checked off our list, won't it? Still very muddy though, isn't it?
yeah.
In a couple of weeks this will all be gone, won't it?
Well, considering it's only the beginning of May, it's still been raining.
Yeah. Did you know when we went and had you know what, a couple of weeks back when we met up with Clive, and he said, yeah, let's do it again next week. Did he?
No, of course not. He never does. He says it every time. Never. Oh, it's happened once.
Oh, hang on. I just want to get a picture of the. I like the bluebells.
Oh yeah. Those are not bluebells.
Well, they look blue, but
Blue.
what have you got planned for the rest of the day, or?
Oh, nothing. I don't plan anything when I'm coming out because we don't know when we're going to get back. Or and chances are, by the time we've been out for now, we'll be too bloody tired doing it. I'm going to be curling up and watching more episodes of shows.
Yeah, I might see about that Abigail, and I've got a TV. I got an episode of a TV show that I like to watch, but. Yeah, because by the time we've wandered around here for a couple of hours, we'll be getting a bit hungry, won't we?
Yeah, and I think we'll probably spend a little bit of time walking around Huntingdon, because that looks nice, and I dare say there's some spots to look in there. I think there's probably a Cromwell Museum or something like that.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I was speaking, yeah. I didn't have any holiday last year. I mean, I don't get a great deal of holiday, because like the fellas, my boss is like self-employed, yada yada yada. Because I get 3 days off a week, I'm not really that worried.
Yeah.
And I'm not really going to be jetting. And if I was going to be jetting off to America, it's because I've won the lottery.
Yeah.
So I asked him about my holiday pay and whatnot. And I said, well, the thing is, my bike needs a service. It's just because it's a nice bike, I want to, you know.
Keep it up, yeah.
So, because he goes, well, wait until his payday's next week.
Yeah.
He goes, wait till, let me sort payday, and then he's going to pay for my bike to be serviced.
Oh,
But the fella that I usually does it, because he comes out and in his van, and then he'll take it away, give it a full service, and bring it back to me. And a couple of times he's just parked on the drive when I've had because one time the cassette on the back wheel had worn too much.
Yeah.
So he goes, well, I've got one in the back of the van, but he goes, I can order one online, but the one in the back of the van is a bit more expensive. He goes, if you buy that one, I can sort it now. So he just did it, and so he's going to I got in contact with him because it's been over a year since my last service, and obviously now I've changed bikes. He goes, no, sorry mate, I don't do it anymore. But someone recommended a fella called Dr. Bike, because the thing is, Tri-Sport, they've helped me numerous times with little things and whatnot. But if I want a full service from them, it's like a couple of £100. But they do like strip it right down to the frame and then rebuild it, and grease everything that's got to be greased and clean everything. So what I think I might do is next year I might be a bit more prepared, and perhaps save, because if I get one of those money tins, if I start kind of late in the year, just putting the odd pound coins in there by kind of like the middle of the year, by the time this time of year comes, hopefully I might have a couple of £100 and I can get it done there. But well, I was talking to a customer, and so someone put my bike was locked up outside wherever, and someone put like a card like on his bike, and it was for a fella called Dr. Bike. So I had a look on his website and put a little screen grab and got a little screen grab of his logo, and put it on Facebook, and I just put my bike needs a service, has anyone used this guy, can you recommend him? And loads of people have.
Oh, good.
So and he even contacted me and goes, oh, thanks for putting that little post. He goes, when do you need a service? So I explained to him what was happening. He goes, well, when you contact me, I'll give you a little discount for posting that. Yeah. But I'll just speak to if I think if I need anything replacing, like like the chain or anything, I imagine I'll just better use my nephew's bike, because he actually comes to your house and does it.
Oh right. Yeah.
So I could just like run down to Halforth and get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I dare say probably carries replacement parts for common things.
But so I'm going to
If you haven't had that new one very long, have you?
No, only since August of last year. Yeah. But it's kind of lost that kind of what I call new ride glide.
Oh, right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, like when you get your car serviced and it drives really nice, and then 6 months later it's still good but not quite, you know what I mean? Because I want to try and get it sorted this month, because then in June and July time I want to do that Hertford to London ride again.
Oh, yeah.
And also as well, my sister Mandy, she's coming home in September for a couple of weeks. So I said, oh, you can use my nephew's bike, and we can go for some rides.
Yeah.
I mean, none of the rides that I do are particularly strict. Well, a couple of them are hard work, but you know, I always like to do it at my own speed.
Yeah. I wonder if we should go that way or this way. What did that picture look like?
Well, we can always go that way, and if it's just a dead end or whatever.
Yeah, let's do that.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. I think it's the lake over there. Yeah, we'll come down here, down that side now.
What do you reckon?
Nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice.
I was wondering if I could see any kingfisher burrows.
Kingfisher what?
The little burrows in the side for kingfishers.
Oh, what do they burrow into the side of the?
Into riverbanks.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. At the moment, I do think we're going to be hard pressed to match that little riverboat cruise.
Yeah. This is probably the same river.
Are we close? Are we close to St Ives? Or?
Yeah. Well,
oh yeah, Huntingdon. Yeah, of course we are.
Yeah, it's not far, 5 or 6 miles. So this is either the same river or a tributary of it.
I hope that fella does all right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's a nice old boy.
Because I imagine he doesn't make anything in the winter.
No. No, I can't imagine many people want to sitting on a little boat on a cold river in a cold weather.
No, I can't imagine he'd be...
He said it was flooding from October, so I don't suppose you can take riverboat rides when the river's flooded. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
That might be one.
Yeah, I was just going to say, yeah. Do they do it themselves, or do they just kind of like find little crevices?
I think they do it themselves. I think they dig it out when the when the mud's wet. Dragonfly.
Sorry?
Dragonfly just hovering just above the river. I like a dragonfly. Fascinating creatures. Me and Rosie were up in Scotland once, and we walking right in the middle of nowhere because we'd hired this cottage on there. There was a deer park, and they had just in one little bit they put up 6 little wooden like Swiss chalets, and you could hire those. So we'd hired one of them, and then you could walk for miles and miles out into the countryside. So we climbed up this bloody hill, and we'd seen a ptarmigan and all sorts of things, and then we're walking back, and for like a good 5 minutes before we saw it, we could hear this weird buzzing noise, and when it got to us, it was a dragonfly. It was about maybe 6 inches long, about sort of 6, 7, 8 inches that wide as well, with the wings and everything. Yeah, it was a yellow emperor dragon. I don't know. That's the right route.
Well, let's walk it.
Just a couple of geese.
You haven't won the lottery yet then?
I won £3.30 on Tuesday.
Oh, well done. So happy for you.
Yeah. Not really changed my life the way I'd hoped it would. But
No.
did you see a bloke in Essex caught a catfish the size of a dolphin the other day?
No.
Yeah. Massive, great catfish.
God, I wonder how old that bugger was. Did he release it back?
I don't know. All I saw was a picture. It was, I think it was on Have I Got News for You, actually. I think might have been. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I just had a picture of him next to this bloody massive catfish.
I really don't see the fascination in
Fishing, no, me neither.
no. It must be getting quite warm. I see a little old heat haze over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gone now, but where the white, if you look towards the white fences,